Imagine this: 5,000 years ago, people built ovens that could get hotter than many of ours today. It's easy to think of ancient technology as primitive, but these ovens were anything but. They were marvels of their time, crafted with skill and purpose, and they revealed just how inventive our ancestors truly were. These simple domes of clay and stone reached over 900 degrees Fahrenheit, serious heat for perfect bread and pizza. The intense temperatures weren't just a happy accident. They were the result of careful design, using materials that could withstand and reflect the fire's energy. Our ancestors weren't just lucky. They engineered these ovens with a deep understanding of fire. They experimented with shapes, sizes, and building techniques, learning how to trap heat and control airflow to create the ideal cooking environment. Egyptians, Mesopotamians, Greeks, and Romans all mastered the physics of heat, building ovens that captured and radiated energy with stunning efficiency. Each civilization added its own twist, refining the art of baking and roasting as they passed knowledge down through generations. This wasn't about showing off. It was essential for feeding families and entire communities. Ovens became gathering places where people came together not just to cook, but to connect and share stories. These ovens became the heart of daily life, powering societies one loaf at a time. The daily ritual of baking brought people together, creating bonds that lasted a lifetime. When you stand before one of these ancient structures, you can almost feel the centuries of warmth and imagine the glow of embers inside. It's as if the walls themselves remember every meal, every celebration, every moment of comfort they provided. The Romans especially made ovens central to their homes and cities. Public bakeries and private kitchens alike relied on these ingenious inventions, making fresh bread a daily staple for rich and poor alike. These weren't just places to cook, they were engines of civilization. The ability to bake bread efficiently meant more people could be fed, cities could grow, and cultures could flourish. The heat they harnessed changed the way we eat forever. It transformed raw grains into nourishing loaves and simple dough into something magical. It's a physical connection to the past. The smell of smoke, the crackle of bread, the joy of sharing a meal. These sensory experiences link us to generations long gone, reminding us of our shared humanity. Our ancestors felt the same satisfaction from a perfectly cooked meal as we do today. The pleasure of breaking bread together is timeless, a tradition that continues to unite us. They knew the magic of combining simple ingredients with the transformative power of fire. With every loaf, they celebrated the miracle of turning Earth's bounty into sustenance. And it all began with these powerful, fire-breathing beasts of history. Their legacy lives on in every oven we use today, echoing through time. The story of the oven is a story of human ingenuity. It's a testament to our drive to improve, to nourish, and to connect with one another. Sometimes the simplest designs hold the deepest wisdom, reminding us that even the oldest ideas can still warm our hearts and feed our souls. How did they build these ovens without modern tools? It started with local materials: clay, mud, sand, and stone. The dome shape was key-strong, efficient, and perfect for trapping heat. Builders formed a mound of wet sand, then layered clay mixed with straw over it. The straw acted as natural reinforcement, preventing cracks as the clay dried. Once hardened, they'd cut a door and scoop out the sand, leaving a hollow dome. A small flue vented smoke while the thick clay walls absorbed and stored heat. To use it, a roaring fire was built inside, heating the walls until they glowed. After raking out the embers, the oven radiated intense, even heat for hours. Bread and roasts went straight onto the hot hearth, sealed in by a stone or metal door. This simple system was a perfect partnership between human skill and elemental fire. The result? Consistent, beautiful food, no electricity required. Ancient ovens were marvels of design built to last and to feed. Bread, one of humanity's oldest and most important foods. In ancient times, bread fueled armies, families, and entire cities. Efficient ovens made large-scale baking possible, allowing civilizations to thrive. Not every home had an oven. Instead, communal ovens became neighborhood hubs. People brought their dough, shared stories, and waited together as their loaves baked. These ovens were social centers, strengthening community bonds. In cities, professional bakeries like the Roman Pistrina baked hundreds of loaves daily. Bakers were skilled craftsmen, vital to urban life. The bread was hearty, made from grains like spelt or barley, real food for real work. Each loaf represented a chain of effort, farmer, miller, baker, and the oven as the final step. The oven transformed simple ingredients into the staff of life. It was more than technology, it was the heart of the community. The story of bread is the story of civilization itself. Ancient ovens weren't just for bread. They were the original multi-tools of the kitchen. After baking, the oven's falling heat was perfect for roasting meats and vegetables, or slow-cooking stews. Families planned meals around the oven's heat cycle, maximizing every bit of energy. These ovens also fired pottery, transforming clay into durable vessels for daily use. Even the last embers had a purpose, drying fruits, herbs, and mushrooms for preservation. Nothing was wasted. Every stage of heat served a function. The oven was central to both kitchen and workshop. Its versatility speaks to ancient resourcefulness. One structure could bake, roast, stew, fire pottery, and preserve food. The ancient oven truly was the beating heart of the household. Nowhere is the ancient oven's story clearer than in Pompeii, a city where time itself seems to have paused in the shadow of disaster. When Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD, it sealed the city's bakeries in a moment of everyday life, preserving ovens, mills, and even loaves of bread just as they were left. Walking through these ruins today, you stand exactly where Roman bakers once toiled, surrounded by the echoes of their daily routines and the scent of ancient flour that seems to linger in the air. The bakery of Modestus, one of the most famous in Pompeii, still has its lava stone mills, kneading troughs, and a massive oven that once fed an entire neighborhood. Archaeologists found 81 loaves, carbonized but perfectly shaped, still inside the oven, silent witnesses to a day that began like any other but ended in catastrophe. Scored for easy sharing, these loaves were meant for daily life, not royalty. Designed to be broken and passed around the table, nourishing families and workers alike. The bakeries reveal the entire process, grain to flour, dough to bread, all under one roof. Every step, from grinding the wheat to shaping the loaves, happened right here. These discoveries make history personal. You can picture the baker at dawn, hands dusted with flour, donkeys patiently turning the millstones, and the first warm loaves emerging from the oven as the city awoke. The heat, the rush, the final loaves left behind in panic, all frozen in a single unforgettable moment when life was interrupted. Pompeii's bakeries are more than ruins. They're stories of ordinary lives and daily bread, offering a rare glimpse into the routines and resilience of a lost civilization. They remind us that food connects us across centuries, linking us to people who lived, worked, and broke bread together so long ago. The ovens of Pompeii are a window into the heart of a lost city, illuminating the simple joys and daily struggles of its people. Through them, we meet the people who fed a civilization, whose hands shaped the bread that sustained an empire. Their work, frozen in time, still speaks to us today, reminding us that even in the face of disaster, the rhythms of daily life endure. The oven wasn't a single invention. It evolved worldwide, shaped by local needs. In the Middle East and South Asia, the tandoor cooks flatbreads and meats with blazing direct heat. Its cylindrical clay design creates soft, charred breads and succulent roasts in minutes. Earth ovens, some of the oldest cooking methods, use pits lined with hot stones to steam and roast food underground. From Hawaiian aimu to Maori hangi, these traditions reflect deep connections to land and culture. Each oven design tells a story of adaptation and creativity. The Roman dome, the tandoor, the earth oven, all share the same principles, but each is unique. Studying ovens is like tracing a family tree of food. You see shared ancestry and local innovation. The oven story is the story of human ingenuity everywhere. Picture a Roman baker before dawn, coaxing a fire to life in a great brick oven. The world outside is silent, but inside, the first sparks of the day flicker and glow, promising warmth and sustenance. The baker's hands move with purpose, gathering wood, arranging it just so, knowing that the perfect fire is the heart of every loaf. He knows the fire's moods, the timing, the heat, skills passed down for generations. Each movement is a memory, a lesson learned from those who came before, and a promise to those who will follow. As the oven heats, he kneads dough by hand, working with strength and rhythm. The dough is alive beneath his fingers, transforming simple flour and water into something extraordinary. Every fold and press is a step closer to nourishment. Once the oven is white hot, He rakes out the embers and sweeps the hearth clean. The ritual is precise, a dance of preparation that readies the space for the magic to come. With practiced speed, he slides loaves into the blistering darkness. The oven swallows them, and the transformation begins. He seals the door and waits, trusting his senses and experience. There are no timers, only instinct and the wisdom of years spent beside the fire. The smell of baking bread fills the air, drifting through the streets, a silent invitation to all who pass by. He pulls out golden, crackling loaves, each one a small triumph. The crust sings as it cools, and the baker smiles, knowing he's created something essential. Soon the town wakes, drawn by the aroma. Neighbors gather, eager for the first taste, their day shaped by the baker's early labor. His bread becomes part of family meals, nourishing the community. It is more than food, it is comfort, tradition, and a reason to gather. His day begins in darkness and fire, and ends with the satisfaction of feeding others. Each loaf is a gift, a connection between hands and hearts. This daily ritual connects him to bakers across time. Through centuries, the same motions, the same hopes, the same pride endure. The ancient oven is more than a tool. It's a vessel for tradition and care. Its walls hold the stories of countless bakers, each one adding to its legacy. Through flour and fire, the baker shapes the life of his town. Every loaf is a thread in the fabric of community, woven fresh each morning. The story of bread is the story of us all, a tale of patience, skill, and the simple joy of sharing. Archaeology often finds its best clues in ancient ovens. Studying their remains reveals what people ate, how they cooked, and how they lived. Microscopic traces of grain tell us about ancient recipes and diets. Burnt loaves, like those in Pompeii, offer direct evidence of daily life. The number and placement of ovens show how communities were organized, communal or individual, urban or rural. Personal touches, fingerprints in clay, graffiti on bakery walls, bring ancient bakers to life. These discoveries collapse the distance of time. Ovens remind us that history is made by real people baking real bread. The ancient oven is more than history. It's a symbol of connection. The fire at its heart brought people together, providing warmth, safety, and shared meals. Today, people revive these traditions, building wood-fired ovens and rediscovering the joy of elemental cooking. It's not just nostalgia, it's a desire for something real and tangible. Baking bread links us to thousands of years of human experience. The oven, ancient or modern, is a bridge to our past. It reminds us that our greatest satisfactions are often the simplest. The story of the oven is the story of ingenuity, community, and care. The flame lit in those first ovens still burns in our kitchens and hearts. Through fire and food, we remain connected to those who came before us.